Hello. It's funny. I was gonna do just Hey Mickey, and then this popped up, and I was like, nah, this is better. This is the correct choice. What's up, the boss? 3 months. Damn. You probably were here the 2 days after BB25, and then popped back in. What's up, the boss? I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you like the song. Ned, Katie, Jerry, Rune. Is today a resub day? I think it's a resub day, right? Yeah. Cool hat. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to the Moist Moguls. I've always been like a Ludwig guy, but I haven't watched him in a minute. Like the hat though. I have not. Just hit a month since premiere. Interesting. Turn that off and this on. Guys, I'm going to need you guys to give me a little bit of a live feed update because I did not watch an ounce of anything today. I did my live feed update and haven't thought about the feeds or, I'll be honest, I thought about it. But I didn't look at anything, do any research. So as far as I understand, Mickey's cooked against everybody. Mickey's cooked against everyone, and Riley stays against Morgan. So it's Mickey is most likely Morgan, and then Riley's basically safe, right? Loving Boston Lola. Thanks for asking. It's so quaint and cute. It's very scenic. Hopes are where Taya and Rich is now misting Catherine into voting out Riley, and Vince nods in agreement. Yeah. I will say I did have a bit of a crash out post my live feed update. First of all, people were pretty critical of me on the live feed update, which is their right. They're allowed to, whatever. I thought some of the criticisms were annoying, but I get it. Basically, it's like more updating, less debating the actual strategy. But it's like, as the guest on a live feed update, what are you supposed to do, really? Because Taryn, does the update. You know what I mean? You're basically, the person he's supposed to play off of. So, I feel like it's tough because I can't. It's not like, all right, Cory, you take care of this conversation. It's like Taryn's the host, and you just kind of go and try to compliment him. God, the brim is so crazy right now. But anyways, it wasn't a big deal, but I just hate reading comments. So I'm going to stop doing it. But, the update could be better. Also, I do still disagree with Taryn. I actually stand by my point, weirdly enough. Which I'll explain the whole point in a second. We just have people funnel in. And, of course, this stream is brought to you by Factor Meals. We love Factor. Sponsored the stream many a time, unlike some of their competitors. No controversies. But shout-outs to Factor. We'll go through the menu in maybe 10, 15 minutes. Just our normal Factor thing. You guys know how it is. But shout-outs to Factor. I appreciate it. With law school starting next Monday in 4 days. Great time to take a sponsor. So shout outs to Factor. Terrence's take is better than you. We'll debate it because I think his thing has a lot of merit, but I disagree with points of it. Did you have to get books? This is a good question that I should have a better answer to. But I do have my schedule. And my schedule, guys, it's time to wake up early. It's 8:30 most days. 8 a.m. one day and 10 a.m. one day. So it's a little rough. And it's a 30-minute commute or 20-minute commute, something like that. So, oh boy. I might, chat, we might be cooked, as Brando would say. I didn't watch the update. What do y'all disagree with? I don't think the disagreement was a problem. But basically the disagreement was I thought it made more sense for Vince to get rid of Morgan over Riley. Granted, the caveat is if he's able to keep Keanu and Lauren as his best buds, then it makes more sense to keep Morgan. But the assumption is you vote out Riley and then you piss off these people. So that's the agree. If you can have your cake and eat it too, sure, we could talk about that. But I basically argued it made more sense to keep Riley because that kind of locks him into an endgame where he's situated kind of poorly, but he's the best player there by a mile. And that's not because Vince is a mastermind. but he is on a different tier of gameplay than everybody else on that side of the house. The only players in the house who I think can match up to Vince's gameplay, Rachel, obviously. I think you could just argue Rachel is better. I'd hear that debate. Ashley, I don't think Ashley's as good as Vince, but Ashley is better than most people on that other side. Will, kind of similar to Vince, maybe a little bit more passive. Ava, I haven't seen much for, like, I think the stronger players are on Rachel's side, so I would take my chances with the other team. And I don't think Lauren, and I'm higher on Lauren than everyone else, which I think is another opinion. What annoyed me about the live feed update comments was there were a couple that just spoke about me without representing me and my points, if that makes any sense. So one such point, Cory's for the showmance. That's why he's not critical of Riley. I said he should get ejected on the podcast. Like, that just annoys me. It frustrates me. So that was one part of it. It was like, really? I'm for the showmance? And then it's like, oh, Cory's up Vince's ass. I think I generally am higher on Vince's game than most. Am I wrong about that? Like, who is a clearly better player than Vince in the house? Like, genuinely, give me your entire list of people who are better than Vince. Sounds like you're in a showmatch with Riley, Cory. Sam, you got to be quicker on moderating. You have to consider your podcaster's feelings. Okay. Rachel, Ashley, nobody. Rachel, nobody. Like, that's the point. So, like, if you put this group of people, right, you put Lauren and Vince next to Riley, Catherine, Kelly, Keanu, maybe Ava's still there, maybe Will's still there, whatever, in that, like, final 8. Like, basically jury. I think Vince can figure it out. I think he's by far the best player, and while Riley has the capacity to play, like, a Paul game at this point, his entire web of relationships, he's not going to, because that's not who he is. Riley can't. Catherine, I think, looks like a much better player than Riley, but she can't either. That's not her play style. Keanu might try, but really? I guess what I'm saying is, like, I don't see a Riley steamroll because I don't think he has that dog inside of him. Does that make sense? What do you think about Riley hitting Morgan in the throat? I don't know if I saw that. Ava is such a flop. I've never really been high on Ava. I don't think her wanting to keep Riley is, like, cause for hatred. Like, we should all band against Ava now. But honestly, I don't know what other people saw in Ava as a player. I feel like I was missing something. Because I've been very consistent on this point with Ava, where I'm like, yeah, does she have any interest in playing Big Brother? She made good nominations and then proceeded to not play Big Brother the entire week. You know? So it's like, this has been very consistent. Ava, it's not even she's playing scared. She's playing, I don't want to play. Like, she's more Mimi than Lauren. You know what I mean? She's just kind of hanging. And say what you will about Mimi. Mimi knew the game. Like, I think Mimi had more potential, theoretically, than Ava, you know? Am I crazy for liking Will's position? No, I think he's in the best position in the house, right? It's just, it's not a very winning position. It's a safe position. Mimi was super smart. Yeah, I think Ava's smart too, but they were having a lot of trouble with 7x6. I'll tell you that much. There was another math conversation. It was not going well. She's a terrible ally repeatedly. Yeah, I mean, Ava has kind of embraced the Rachel stuff of the season of just, like, voting where you want to vote, who cares about your allies, which I think is kind of fun sometimes, but it's not fun when you're a very passive person, like personality, because Rachel's not that, you know? Thank you, Indow, for the 21 months, Corin for the 21 months. Got some followers. Good to see you guys. Love the Glee rewatch. Let me apologize for the Patreon for a second. There's been a lot going on. I'm sure you guys know. These are not excuses. This is just, like, I'm telling you why we've done a bad job with the Patreon recently. It's just been a lot. But we're going to film an Amazing Race cast assessment as, like, our podcast soon. And probably talk about more stuff from there. So that's kind of the plan for the podcast. But we're doing our 2 rewatches. The Genius audio was ass cheeks. I thought after the Glee one was okay, that one would be okay because we did the same thing, but it's not. So I'll go back to the old way of recording audio separately, so that should be totally fine. But yeah, the Amazing Race cast assessment will be fun. Yeah, I mean we just know everyone on the cast minus like 2 or 3 teams, so it'll be fun to talk about. Turn Genius down a lot since it has subtitles, but correct me if I'm wrong. In doubt, is the problem with the Genius audio that like the Genius is too loud, or that like the audio cuts in and out when we start talking? I assumed it was more the latter, where it's like when we talk, the audio cuts, and then the audio like sometimes cuts our voice out. Sort of both. I'm okay. It's loud. I'll experiment stuff. I'll tinker with it. I'll tinker with it. I apologize. I can't really. We're not gonna re-record. It's too long. But for the second episode, we'll try to figure it out. And I'd rather you guys only be able to hear the show than us, because at least you guys are theoretically going to be caught up for episode 2. Ideal outcome for tonight? I don't think Riley can leave. I think it's just I want Riley to win the blockbuster and then Mickey to go home. I just want Riley to raise his threat level even more. And I think Mickey going home against Morgan will hurt more for Mickey. But obviously, Riley going home is my favorite outcome. I just don't think it's possible. So I'd rather him win the blockbuster if that's worse for Riley. You know what I mean? Maybe just say Morgan win the blockbuster so it's a no-lose scenario. Because that's my other take that people don't like. I'm pretty high on Morgan. Not as a player. I just enjoy watching her on the podcast, on the streams. She's really fun on the feeds. Because she just zooms around. Games really hard. She'd be a deserving winner. Not a good winner. But I think she'd be a deserving winner. Like, look at her position now versus 4 days ago. It's not, like, that much better, but it's very different. And that's because she's actively trying to do stuff. No, I know, TJ, but I'm just saying, like, if the audio is going to be scuffed one way or the other, you know, for episode 1 at least. But I'll make sure it's fine next time. Again, one more shout out to Factor. Let's check out some Factor meals. How about that, right? I'm gonna get all of this done before the episode, hopefully. A new user, subscribe to Factor. Woohoo! Who did it? Own up to it. Who did it? A massive reward is waiting in the shape of easy-to-eat meals. Here we go. So, in a world without, a car, it is very important to have meals delivered. We don't have, like, a great grocery store anywhere near us. So, I think this would be a good idea. Protein shake variety pack bundle. That might be a vibe, actually. Caffeine kick and protein shake. Like this in the morning before school. This might be a move. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. It's good. Yeah, I like Factor more than its alternatives, if you will. We've done some streams with them too. Factor is like pop in the microwave and then eat it, as opposed to like take out the pots and pans. And yes, these meals only take 20 minutes theoretically, but it's a lot of cleanup and it's just kind of annoying. Factor is very like, this is the lazy person one. And it tastes pretty good. So, I think I actually might get these because I've been looking for like a morning coffee or something for 8 a.m. You know what I mean? Riley messed up his neck and Vinny hurt his leg. The wall's not long enough, I think, for those kinds of injuries to matter. But here we go. Truffle butter, chicken, and mushroom risotto. Kelly said she would have to get a business manager after BB. Thoughts? You guys are not going to like my thoughts. She's probably right. Any Big Brother player who's trying to parlay something into influencer world would benefit from an agent or a manager. Just because, like, I've never reached out to brands. I don't know how to do it. And also, I'm lethargic, so I won't do it. If I had someone on my ass making me do it, that might be helpful. Are you schooling 5 days a week? I am, yeah. Fridays I end at noon, though. Or like 11:30, so that's not bad. Also, there is a gap in my Wednesdays for live feed updates, so I got to decide if I have a place for that on campus. But apparently I'm hated, so who knows? I'm kidding. Alyssa Lopez will have a new client. I don't know. Alyssa Lopez, I'm curious how her agency's doing. I don't really keep track of it, but I feel like they have like a few products that they're like locked in with. But I don't know. Is it still happening, her agency? I assume it is, right? Where it used to be more common, people announcing Tyler and Angela signing with an agency. Well, that was smart of them. They're rich. Like, they were huge. And straight up, like, America probably should have signed with an agency, but she's making it work regardless. What about Nova? I think Nova is not a thing anymore. I think TikTok made a lot of changes when they were, like, going to shut down. Remember that? And then Trump saved TikTok, whatever. I think they basically like made agencies kind of useless and not profitable. I respect America going the indie route. It's funny, when I read that, I read it as Indie Santos. Which, I don't think she's gone that route yet. I know, Steves, I know. I've been in a sensitive place recently. There was one comment that was like, there was like, can't Cory do the update every day? There was like 50 likes on it. I was like, you know what? That's more than all the negative comments. I'll take it. Wait, because I did too. Yeah. Shoutouts Indy. Big Brother Unlocked guest coming up. Okay, so we're going to do a wall comp tier list. Do we have any confirmation it's the wall, or is this just Hamster Watch again? Thank you, Swag Haver. I appreciate it. I like your name, actually. A lot of people on Twitter have been liking your updates. Thank you, Lila. Actually, I need you guys to give me the positive Twitter reports, because I don't see any of them. We really don't. It's the wall every week. All right, well, we haven't done a tier list for the wall yet, in fairness. We haven't done that. So we'll do it again. Trust me, I haven't been on Twitter in months. Don't worry, JJ. But the positive comments, feel free to echo them in the chat. But just act like you're saying them for the first time. Don't say, like, X on Twitter said it. Just you assume that opinion now. Some people on Twitter have said you're better than Dan on Big Brother. Well, that's just true. Like, he lost a jury vote against Ian. That's not a very high-tier winner. If I'm the Ian of my season, it's not my fault I was put on 25, right? Boston Rob is going to be y'all's guest and Unlocked. Okay, we're going to have a serious conversation about how fucking embarrassing Big Brother Unlocked is. And again, I have to emphasize, Taylor and even Derek, because I know y'all love Taylor, they're not the problem. They're doing a totally fine job. I think they've been better. I think Derek's improving every week. Taylor's a star. They don't have any celebrities who watch the show. The two celebrities they've had so far are the two celebrities that we knew of watch Big Brother. The only two. So we saw both of them, and now it's theoretically Boston Rob? He's never seen it in his life. James Gunn watches it. Okay. Are they going to get him? I mean, James Gunn's a big deal. He's a bigger deal than I think Moynihan at this point, and definitely Jerry O'Connell. I just don't know why they're not doing alum. And forget about me, just the obvious alum. You know, Josh Martinez. How about Cody? And throw in, have Chelsea there for more than 4 minutes. Put Jag on. See if Suri wants to go on. Izzy, cross-promote The Amazing Race. Like, and look, Jerry O'Connell was great. It's not like the celebrity guests are bad. It's just silly. Tom Green, he does not. I don't think he's watched an episode of Big Brother in his life. He's been on more episodes than he's watched. Which is the case for most people this season. But Zach Wurtenberger, he'd be good. Oh, God, not Chelsea? Come on. What I'll always appreciate about Chelsea is she likes to scrap. She puts herself out there online. She'll get into it. I think it's always fun. I used to. I can't do it anymore. I've been worn out. But she's got it. She's still got that dog in her. If I had 750K, maybe I would too. Get Ludwig on it. They were watching Survivor a bit, all those streamers. Jason Tatum on Unlocked. Oh, he's not busy playing basketball, so maybe. Her coming for Kirsten is crazy. What did Kirsten even say? Was it just slightly anti-religious? I did not see Kelly Wentworth's. She's funny, though. She's a fan. Taryn or Rob would be great at Unlocked. Oh, you mean the actual show? Yeah. I mean, of course. I think Terran would actually be a bad guest on that because he knows too much. And he'd want to say too much. They'd have to edit around all of his truths. Are you a fan of Rizgod? I think so. I think I would be. Usually I root for that kind of player. How much stock do y'all put into BB Terra Lady? I mean, gotta put some stock into it, right? The world needs Brittany Haynes. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't have her on. And O'Connor and fight the real enemy? You mean the Hamish Abernathy. Remember who the real enemy is, Taryn. But just one more final shout out to Factor Meals, always sponsoring the stream. Economy's pretty bad right now, so stream sponsors are not great. Factor's stuck around, so much appreciated. Is that the Warhead soda? No, this is Sun Sip root beer, 5 grams of whatever. I'm in really good shape right now. Probably the best shape of my life, maybe? I don't know. I'm in really good shape. I'm like at a good weight, going to the gym every day. The one thing is I wake up really groggy. I got to figure that out. Does America eat Factor? Usually I order the ones that I like, so I just have them. And America likes to cook. But I'll have her check it out, see if she likes any of it. Drink more water. That is a flaw. I don't know if I've had a sip today, to be honest. TBH. Boston Rob hasn't seen Big Brother in his life, I'm sure. I'm sure he's going to watch a week of episodes. No, definitely plow, but it's a balance of, like, I got to make sure I get to sleep, but also don't, like, it's weird. I need to take enough to go to sleep, but not enough to feel bad the next day. Today's one of those days I took way too much, so I feel weird right now, to be honest. Which is why I'm, like, stumbling on my words a little bit, but, you know. You gotta keep going. I got it from Whole Foods. Maybe he watched BB25 for Surrey. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a warning. Spoilers for Survivor Australia versus the World. So if you haven't seen it yet, you don't want spoilers, go away. And this is just for episode 1, not like the entire thing. Just for episode 1. I haven't seen it. I don't really plan on watching it. How are the US people doing? So that's Surrey, Parvati, Tony, right? It's good. Good, amazing, good, phenomenal. I need to watch it. All still there. Okay. Yeah. We'll tell you guys when it's over. Okay. Is Suri running things? Is she doing a classic Suri? 3 episodes are out? Okay. Yeah, the spoilers being in chat are funny. Come back. No more spoilers. Stop typing them. No more spoilers. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you want to do the wall tier list before or after the episode? What's the vibe? Because I'm down for either. We'll do like a general game. Let's do a wall ranking right now. And then let's do the player ranking after. Does that make sense? Because I'm not going to stream the wall. I don't even know if it is the wall. And if it is the wall, I don't even know if the wall is going to be on feeds. I just don't want to do it. So let's do the wall tier list now. I got to pull it up. And thank you, mods, again, for everything you guys do. Even Ned. Clocked in today. Ned, how you enjoying Canada? Good continent so far? North America? All right, Big Brother 27 cast. It's so good. I want to stay forever. Nice. I think emigrating to Canada is actually not that bad, or immigrating to Canada. The U.S. is a lot more annoying about it. All right, so the tiers we're going to have: favorite, contender, maybe, nah, evicted. That's going to be our categories, okay? All right. And yeah, I'm gonna keep shouting out Factor throughout the thing. Use my link. You get my $120 order ended up being like 55. So if you're actually in the business, get it. Tropic, thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. This is a diabolical number of ads. Okay. So, we have our little tier list here. I think Adrian would have won the wall. He's evicted. Amy's evicted. Zay's evicted. Jimmy's evicted. I can't believe Jimmy's evicted. And then Zach's evicted. So a lot of the frontrunners on the wall are gone. I think my frontrunners would have been like Adrian, Jimmy, Zach. I don't want to spoil the rest of the list, but that is pretty impressive. Like, all these guys had a chance, except probably Amy. Okay, so let's talk about Ashley. And to me, Ashley is the epitome of a maybe. Total maybe. It's like, we don't know. Blue did very well on the wall. Last season, some of the women did okay. Brooklyn did okay, but Brooklyn, I think, is a little bit stronger. I just don't know about Ashley. I would assume she wouldn't do very well, but she theoretically has the right build to win a certain kind of wall. The new era wall, I think it's pretty unlikely. Ava feels like a no shot to me. I think Ava and Will are the two people who I genuinely don't think can do anything on the wall, unfortunately. Just being the small, scrawnier woman is just a tough spot on the wall these days. America did not do very well on the wall. Mimi didn't do very well on the wall. And they're both, I think, more athletic than Ava, stronger than Ava. On 26, how did Leah do? I don't remember, which means she probably didn't do very well. I think Ava's a lock, and Will, I think it kind of goes without saying. I think he'll outlast Ava, but not much more than that. He's just a big body, and he's the oldest guy there, so, like, I don't think his brute strength will be able to accommodate that. Oh my god, why does it feel like I'm hacking into the mainframe? This is why I created that whole overlay for player rankings. Catherine, I think, is a maybe. Here's the thing. Riley was just on the block, so maybe she has that dog in her of, like, she needs to win. I'm almost considering putting her in a contender, but I have no evidence that she's particularly athletic. Need an ad blocker extension. This is one of those websites that forces you to turn it off. But we'll get out of here soon. Big Keanu. This is my hot take. If he tries, I think he's the favorite. And I totally understand why you think he wouldn't be the favorite. He's a big dude. He's got a lot of weight. That didn't stop Jared, who's smaller, but not as strong. Last year, Tucker was probably the biggest guy in the house. Again, not as big as Keanu, but still pretty fucking big. I think Keanu, if he tries to win the wall, would win the wall. That's what I believe. Kelly, maybe. I mean, she's maybe or nah, but, you know, if it's an old school wall, she has a much better chance. She might have that enough insanity inside of her to be able to push past the pain. I wouldn't be that surprised. Lauren is also maybe. You never know how to read, like, women of this size on the wall. It's just hard. She doesn't want to win, and also she's probably one of the weaker girls in there. She's very athletic, but that does not mean she's strong in, like, her biceps or her forearms or her grip strength. So I think she's maybe. Of these four, I would put Catherine as the most likely. But, yeah. Mickey, if she makes it out of this episode, yikes. I'm going to say nah for Mickey. I just don't see how Mickey beats all of these people. And Keanu. I think there's no chance. I don't think Mickey could win. And also, I think she's one of the least athletic women in the house. Morgan, definitely a contender. I mean, she talks a big game. I don't think people realize how hard the wall is, especially these days. So, like, brute strength matters more than anything else Morgan has. But I think Morgan, if you're that confident in yourself, I would assume you're pretty ripped, pretty strong. Which leads me to Riley, who goes right next to Mickey, or Morgan, rather. I'm going to push Mickey up here. There's no reason for Mickey. No, I feel confident. So I'm going to put Riley next to Morgan. Here's the thing about Riley. He's so fucking big. Like, if you're penalizing Keanu, you have to penalize Riley. He's 6'5". I've never seen a 6'5" person on the wall. On our wall, we had Matt, who was 6'3", and he didn't. His back was fucked. Riley's neck's hurt. Yeah, I think he's got a lot of problems. But he's a strong dude. He's a rodeo dude. He rides bulls. You know, theoretically, he should be all right. Vince is a maybe. I think he's kind of the tail end of the maybes. This archetype doesn't win the wall anymore. I don't win the wall. Joseph Rodriguez doesn't win the wall. Quinn was kind of built for the wall and didn't even win the wall. Granted, Tucker was pretty good. So, like, I don't know. I'll say Vince is maybe. I think he has a better shot than the people in Nah. Because I know he used to be an athlete, but I don't know exactly what that means. An injured leg, I think, means very little on the wall. It's really not. You're not moving. Your leg's just standing there. So unless you could put no weight on it, I think he's going to be fine. I don't think he'll win, but I think he'll be fine. And Rachel, she can't play, of course. If she could play, I'd put maybe out of respect. But she's unfortunately in the evicted category for today. Or maybe I'll just put her next to Keanu for fun. I feel like they usually advertise the wall in the episodes before they do it. We're just listening to Hamster Watch. But what it implies to me, if they're not advertising the wall and it is the wall, is that it would be off feeds. Which, if it's off feeds, that's the final straw. We're all gonna march down to Big Brother Studios and hold up signs. Really make a difference. Isn't that right? Who's with me? Trying to remember how Whistlenut did. That's hilarious. Do-do-do-do! Factor meal sign up. Who did it? Own up to it. Reveal yourself. The goal this time, last time the goal was 10, the time before it was 8. This time we're going for 82. So y'all got to pick up the pace. This is not going to work. But again, thank you to whoever signed up. That's 2. I'm going to aim for 5. Let's aim for 5 on this stream. We got 2. Let's see if we can get to 5. Just exclamation mark factor. Use the link up there. It's on my Instagram as well. Nothing too complicated. Okay. Well, we're kind of just waiting for the episode now. We got 20 minutes. So, do we want to do a player ranking right now? Because I could actually go to my player rankings tab. This is a kind of a gloomy list. Well, actually, let me... Fuck this. Forget about the tier list. I don't care about the tier list. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Would you go back for an all-star season? Sure. I think I would get called, and I think I wouldn't get on. I think I'm in that, like, middle area. Okay. So, let's talk about alliances. So, we have Ava, right? Ava's here. Who does Ava have? Ava and Ashley? Not really. Ava and Will? Kinda, right? So, this is kind of the breakdown for this HOH competition. These people are on a side, but Ava's kind of good with everybody. No factor out in the screen. I think there is a factor out in the screen. Oh, there's not. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Ignore that. I could add it here, I think. There we go. This is not the right one. Pause. Pause, everyone. One moment. All right, this should work now. All right, just ignore this. Let it do its thing for 1 second because it doesn't understand that it's already working. So Ava and Will are kind of on one side. Rachel is kind of with them. Ashley is somewhere kind of with them. And then, like, Morgan is with them. Like, is this kind of the crew, but Ava hates Ashley, so they have to be far apart. And, like, she also has a good relationship with Lauren and Catherine. So is Ava just like wanting to keep Riley, or is Ava actually against everyone else? Is she against Ashley and Rachel and them? The judges with Vince. Ah, come on. And then you got Vinny the Lip, kind of in the middle. He's just hanging out. But on the other side, Defiant is this guy. Oh no, not this guy. And Catherine. Ugh, not Catherine. She's not actually that bad. It's just kind of... Catherine HOH would be diabolical right now. Obviously. I don't have any disdain towards Catherine the way I do Riley, but... Mickey, if she survives, will be with this crew, which is pretty hilarious. But what are you going to do? You have Lauren, who is with this crew as well, but she also is kind of more with Vince than anyone else. Then you have Keanu, which is like, the fuck does Keanu do? I guess Keanu's like with all these people, obviously closest to Riley, but he's got a Rachel connection of some sort. We'll shuffle it this way so Ashley could hide from Ava. So Rachel and Keanu are kind of here, having their own little thing. And then there's Zay. No, I'm kidding. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting? Ashley, Ava, Will, Jimmy, Catherine, Keanu. Keanu and Kelly. So Kelly is almost the most here. So really, Rachel's in trouble. That's my verdict. Basically, Rachel's in trouble. Thank you, Mama Cohen, for the tier 1 for 3 months in advance. You're crazy for that. I appreciate it, Mama. Mama C. Uh-oh. Who did it? Own up. I promise. I have something for you. But whoever signed up for the factor meals, I appreciate it. That's 3. Already over halfway towards our goal of 5. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the meals. 79 to go. Exactly. Sorry. I misspoke. 79 to go. Multiple people have talked about getting Ashley out first before Rachel, which I think is basically just them saying Ashley's better at competitions, right? Who actually wants Ashley before Rachel and why? Because I feel like Vince should want Rachel gone first. I think it's actually very important for Vince's game that he goes after Rachel and then goes after Riley in that order. Ava, okay, well, yeah. That's been known, but also Ava has no influence. Is there a flip tonight to evict Riley? No. Smile. Keanu would probably not even nom Rachel. I don't think Keanu would put up Rachel. Even today, I saw Keanu trying to do work to convince, or in a camera talk, he was talking about how he's going to have to convince Riley that Rachel is good for their games. I don't think they're going to get Will and Ava out first. I don't believe that. Last season, everyone's talking about, all right, it is Leah's time. No, it's Angela's time to go. We're getting Angela out next week. And everyone knew they would get rid of Leah if she was on the block. I feel like it's that kind of thing. You don't want to declare war on Rachel, but at the end of the day, if she's on the block next to Ava and Will, Rachel's going home. Here's something that frustrates me. I saw a lot of people critical of my idea of Vince keeping Riley. I said Vince should keep Riley, ride it out with these people, and just be the best player and figure it out. And everyone's like, oh, there goes Cory, trying to get Vince to make the same mistake he made in Big Brother 25, riding with the compies instead of the people who he could beat. And I just wish I had the superpowers to be able to zoom into their minds or their Reddit accounts or Twitter accounts and see what they were saying on September 13th, 2023. Because I'll tell you this much. If I don't flip on Izzy, how many viewers do you think I have on stream right now? I'd be a pariah. I'd be Mitch from Survivor 48. I read through the entire day of live feed Reddit discussion a long time ago for that day, and it was like people say the most vitriolic shit at me. The most vitriolic shit because Cory's such a coward. Oh my god, he's not flipping. Cory! I'm pretending to Izzy. And they're all celebrating, confetti in the air. I know all these people like Cory ruined BB25. You are the same people saying, Cory's such a coward. Why won't he make a move? But obviously, I'm not affected by it. It was so long ago. It was so long ago, right? Like, I don't care. Why would I, right? It's a game. COVID lockdown really stunted a lot of young people's social skills. 22 is young, but she's more like 17 emotionally experience-wise. I'm going to crash out. Ah! Ah! No. Stop it. Lauren's personality is Lauren's personality. Yes, she might mature and her personality might be modified. But how many other COVID 21-year-olds are the same? Like Cedric was a COVID 21-year-old. That dude is not an introverted guy. He does not need to grow into his personality. I was a 21-year-old COVID kid my entire first year of college. And I was not Lauren. Lauren's Lauren. We've seen... You know why I know Lauren is just Lauren? That's because Vince is also Lauren, and Vince is 34. He had COVID in his 30s. Now, Cedric's killing it. Taryn called her an iPad kid. It's like Felicia, like, oh my God, she must have had COVID during school because she just doesn't know how to interact with people correctly. She's 22. Yeah, no, I think she's a little bit younger than me. She's a year younger than me, but COVID is probably her senior year of high school instead of freshman year of college. Which it's always silly because I feel like I'm arguing against like a universally accepted thing. Like, everyone agrees that people mature as they grow up. Life experience is good. We all agree on that. It's just like, in the context of Big Brother, I can't express how much age is overstated as a factor, especially for younger people. For older people, I think that is very relevant. Because there's something to be said about just being able to fit in. That's why a lot of the young 21-year-old nerds have problems, but the 22-year-old women, like an Annalise or a Lauren, they don't, right? And the thing about Big Brother is no amount of life experience can prepare you for this experience. It's a really unique, weird crucible. So, like, having a job for 10 years isn't going to help you in that department, as evidenced by every older player being totally out of their depth the second they walk in the house. Shoutouts Kenny Kelly. In some ways, I think going in at a really young age is an advantage because you have less real-life responsibilities to worry about. At least myself, I'm quite a privileged person. But, like, going into the house, I didn't worry about bills. I didn't worry about school, really. I didn't worry about having a family at home. Like, did I miss my parents and my brother and Molly? Sure. I can't tell you I was really thinking about them very much. There was a lot going on in the house. But I know someone like Suri was really thinking about her family all the time. And she actually had family in the house, too. Like, I'm lucky that I didn't have to deal with that burden. Because it is a burden. It's a great burden, but it's a burden. There's a chance being the youngest might make people not take you seriously. That's how you conduct yourself. Like, I was taken way too seriously. People still thought I was a bit of a shit stirrer, like kind of like Vince. But again, that's not an age thing. Like, people did respect me. People respected Cedric in the game. People don't respect Lauren. People didn't respect Steve for a while. Right? Like, it's all personality types, not age. Because at the end of the day, like, you have to understand, if you're a 40-year-old person, let's say you're Rachel Riley, right? You're not going to respect the 21-year-old or the 23-year-old or the 4-year-old or 5-year-old. They're all kids to you. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a mustache thing. This is interesting. I might have to look into this. Okay, I've been seeing this idea too, Kate. I want to talk about it. So Kate said Suri had her son and 4 superfans in the house. They couldn't even cast Rachel with one person who saw her seasons. Who are the 4 Suri superfans? Because I can give you 2. Unless you're counting Jared as a superfan, which that's very sweet if he is. But I legitimately believe, outside of myself and Izzy, no one has seen a full season of Survivor on that cast. At least one with Suri on it. General Superfans, Izzy, Red, America, and you. Kate, Red has never seen a season of Survivor, as far as I know. And he definitely could not name a single tribe mate Suri played with. Felicia is the exact same. Felicia, I'm sure, watches Survivor on Wednesdays. I don't think she had a fucking idea who Suri was. I think she might have recognized the face potentially. Maybe. But, like, Felicia also said she recognized my brother when I brought out the picture during my HOH, or after my HOH, I guess. Not America. America had never heard of Suri. Cam knew Suri was on Traitors. Like, she knew of the name, but, again, could not name how many seasons she played, what seasons she was on, who was on those seasons with her, what kind of player she was. The only people who are genuinely, like, cast for Suri that I think you can argue are myself, Izzy, and Jared. Unless you want to play, like, the demographics game, which I always think is kind of weird. I don't like when people say Felicia was cast for Suri. It's like, obviously people gravitate to people with shared identities, shared life experiences, shared age ranges, all these things. That happens, but, like, Felicia got on her own merit, obviously. Like, we know why Felicia was on the cast. She was fucking great casting. Not Suri fans. I think they mean real BB fans. I think they meant Suri super fans because they're saying they didn't cast anyone for Rachel. But in terms of super fans, we had 3, and then, like, a couple casuals. But, like, Cameron and Mimi probably are bigger Big Brother fans than anybody on BB27, except maybe Vince, but I don't even know how much Vince has seen. Who was cast for Rachel? I think they didn't change their casting philosophy at all. They casted a ton of people who have never seen the show before. But because Rachel was on so long ago, it's not like Tucker. Like, usually they just bring back the person from the previous season who everyone knows, even if they're recruits. So that's what screwed Rachel. Like, the only way to get Rachel fans would be show them specifically season 12 and 13, or just cast super fans, which they've never done either of those things. So Adrian has to be up there with super fans. I think Adrian, and again, no shade to Adrian. I know he's out of the house. Seems like a very nice guy. I don't know if he's seen a season of Big Brother, and if he has, I don't think he shares a perspective on Big Brother that any of us can relate to. Like, he has a one-of-one way of enjoying Big Brother if he is a fan. Because the entire way he conducted himself made it seem like he's never seen the show before. And I watched a good amount of the feed. That was just my read on things. Not knowing who Taryn was is not an indicator for me. I don't think not knowing Taryn is, like, a weird thing. Like, America had no idea who Taryn was, and America was a bigger super fan than me. You know, like, a lot of people just kind of, like, do their own thing. Just, like, go on Twitter and stuff like that. Lack of cam talkers annoying this season. We got a couple from Keanu, right? That's good. Calling themselves super fans and I've only seen season 16. Yes, we are still together. I've watched most Big Brother seasons and didn't know Taryn until this season. Yeah, like, it's just a different side of the internet. Like, if you just watch Big Brother and go on Twitter, you could be a super fan, you know? Just because you're not in the RHAP verse doesn't make you less legitimate of a super fan. When we see America on a live feed update, I don't think that would interest America, to be honest. I don't think that would be her vibe. I don't even know if it's my vibe. I like them. I like doing them, but Will started talking. I love it. I didn't get into RHAP till BB20. Yeah, I started probably BB end of 18, started 19. I love the Blockbuster. God, they're getting so good at making competitions. The Blockbuster, if you don't know, it's like kind of rolling a ball, skill, luck thing. There is a lot of athleticism to it, just like running back and forth determines how many attempts you can have. But I'm not going to complain. I wish they just had a lot of balls at the start that you could roll. from BB18HOH. Interesting. Thank you, JPR, for gifting Cory Marie. I appreciate it. A bunch of strategy and finesse on top being a crapshoot seems fair. Yeah, look, I mean, it's hard to make any competition somewhat interesting. Yeah. I'm not watching the challenge. We don't talk about the challenge in the chat for a myriad of reasons, but I looked at your chat messages. You seem relatively not insane. But yeah, I'm not watching it. I want America back on the slop before live feed update. There might be something in the works, but she can talk more about it. Who would you team up with if you played this year? The gamers. Morgan, Vince, Rachel, Jimmy if he was there. I had multiple bad experiences with their fan base, community leaders, and it brings me more pain than joy discussing it. Which is frustrating because it was a very cool thing America did, and, you know, she's killing it. I heard it's great, Alley Cat. No, you guys are good. There's no problem. Almost episode time, yeah. America! She's in the chat. No, she's literally sitting there on hey, thanks H Noel for 3 months in advance. I knew I was right to not ban you. I'm kidding. There's just a lot of bad actors out there. She is killing it. She'll continue killing it too. What's new? I mean, it's just, you know, America Lopez. What are you going to do about it? Not a big deal. No one can keep her name out of their mouths, you know.
Summer doesn't begin until the house guests move in. I'm a farm kid and I have farm kid grit.
I have to go to live TV, right? America looks amazing in the challenge. I mean, she always does, but her cast photos she was super self-conscious of, and I was like she looks great in them, but she does look very, I don't know what the word is, like a Roblox character. Like they edited the pictures in a very weird way. All right, I think we're good. If you're in Boston, just get an antenna for CBS. Just a CBS antenna. I like that. Why Vince is better off with the judges. Everyone keeps saying it, and I can't believe. 9 out of Ben. We need to grab a drink, you and I. Let's end stream. Let's just go have a drink. Someone who speaks to me. Do you know how sad it is talking about Rachel's bad game moves in a group chat with Brendan? Fuck. I'm like, honestly, I think it was a bad move for Rachel to put up people who wouldn't put her up and alienate half of her allies. And then everyone's like, Cory, why would you call Rachel a bitch? I'm like, what? I didn't do... Brendan's like, Cory, I thought we were tight. What the fuck? All right. No mention of the wall, huh? What's so annoying is I gave like 57 caveats, being like, you know, and let me just say, obviously, I'm rooting for Rachel. I want Rachel to win the game, absolutely. And I'm glad she put up Riley. I prefer she made this move than not make the move. That's like my, you know, disclaimer. And then no one was like, oh my god, Cory hates Rachel. Why is Cory for the showmance? Cory's up Vince's ass. Okay, whatever. But yeah, no, I got the episode up. Adam Pock for All Stars 3. Yeah, I met Adam a few times at this point. I'm here making on a former house guest live stream just in time for the watch party. What's up, Brandon? We do a lot of streaming here. Devotion must be absolute. Okay. Can I say something crazy? If America went on Big Brother and, like, I was the Brendan in that case, I think I would criticize game moves of hers. That's the Cory Wurtenberger experience. I'm sorry. Like, what? You think I would defend? Like, see, actually, America talking to Blue, it was smart because if, it's like, no. I would be like, you know what? Fuck it. America, she's messy. She's going to figure it out. Let's go, America. It's just, you know. I don't think I would be like, actually, this is good. Wait, is Adam Pock actually in the chat? Adam is in chat BCC. I'd criticize my wife's game moves too. Still have her back, but I'll let her know it was a dumb move. I feel like raw exposure, we're in the wrong here. We're in the right, but we're in the wrong. This is one of those moments where you're supposed to be in the wrong. Who the fuck is Adam Pock? Adam was a third place finisher on Big Brother 13. He loved Tori Spelling, bacon, and the vets. No, I like chat BCC. Have you used the live feed tab, Ben? I think the live feed tab is super fun to use. It's basically like a live feed Reddit thread. But in terms of like watching the celebrities, the alum tweet, or just like type out their messages, I think that's just like some people like it, some people don't. Carolina Panthers football on CBS right now. F my life. That is rough. I like Bryce though. Rockstar's in, yep. Oh yeah. You wanna mess with the audio? Do whatever you want with it. Hoping Quinn would do a watch party of the eviction episode. This is a decent alternative. Don't let Quinn. Okay, DBZ. Obviously, I'm not going to tell Quinn that because that's a diss towards me, not Quinn.
What is it?
So they said, was hoping Quinn would do a watch party of the eviction episode, but this is a decent alternative. The fuck? It's a Quinn's alt. Morgan needs this blockbuster. I told you, I'm rooting for the Riley blockbuster. I want him to be a bigger threat. He's not going to go home anyways.
He's not going home.
So let's just, and I think Mickey will feel worse going home against Morgan.
I only watched like half of last night's episode. Mickey is insufferable.
Yeah.
During her DRs.
And look, I don't wish hate on anyone. If you guys go and if I see you guys shitting on Mickey, adding her, DMing her, you're all banned from my life. It's just like, Big Brother, you're meant to be invested in the house guests for better or worse. And we get to see their behavior 24/7, and some of that behavior sucks. And that's fine.
Sorry, can you see, babe?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I'm so sore.
Riley should be removed, not evicted.
They're not going to do that.
I think he should be ejected, but, like, I can't express how much that's not even on the table for CBS.
Unless he pulls a knife out on someone. Like, they're literally, they don't care.
Yeah. We're watching, by the way. We got it up on the TV. Can you guys hear it at all? I wish hate on Riley. I'm sorry. I don't. But, yeah, he sucks. He's the worst, though. He's my least favorite in this cast by far. I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all don't want to hear it. We need Zay on this season.
No. Clip that.
Zay, even Jimmy would have been good. Keeping Jimmy.
Oh.
Alright, I lost everyone in chat. Viewership cut in half. Uh-oh. Wait. What do you guys think I said? We need Amy on this cast, guys. But we also need Jimmy, for sure. Zay would have been terrible. He's a gamer. I feel like he would have been like Morgan.
Do you remember how scared he was of Rachel?
Yeah. Well, but let me say, by the way, what Lauren just said. We are still together, Jay-Z. Rachel was intimidating Lauren. Like, that was the goal of what Rachel was doing. Just because it didn't work, that was the goal. It's like, we don't have to pretend like it wasn't.
Fuck around and find out, Lauren.
Everyone's crying in the storage room. This is so funny.
No, Kat just went up to Lauren. She's like, why did you use it?
Damn. Again, we don't have to speculate as to what Catherine's real feelings are. It's almost irrelevant to the issue. Unless she's feeling super uncomfortable. Like, whether she likes him, loves him, tolerates him, that doesn't matter, because Riley's behavior is the same. We know Riley's behavior is unacceptable. You know what I mean? I think people try way too hard to be like, well, Catherine likes it. It's like, I don't care about that. Like, Riley's behavior is unacceptable.
Also, people are like, oh my god, her family has reached out to CBS. Is that confirmed? Is it really her family?
Yeah, we don't know if that's confirmed. We don't know in what capacity they reached out. We
You're
also...
not allowed to post that. Like,
Yeah.
my family signed, yours do too. Like, 50-page contract saying they're not allowed to say anything.
Yeah.
Like,
And also, we don't know if Catherine is good with her family, frankly. We've heard her talk a lot in the feeds about it, and it seems complicated. So, like, I don't know. It's a messy situation, and hopefully it just resolves itself by someone getting evicted. Riley. It is her family. Okay. The contracts are basically like, if you say anything, we'll kill you and put you in a dungeon. It's just how seriously do you take it, and how seriously do they enforce it. Usually not that serious.
but it feels serious.
This situation you think would be pretty serious. But I think...
No. What I'm saying is, like, people aren't used to contracts like this. I know my family...
Yes.
My mom, my grandmother was like, what? I can get sued for up to $1 million? Like, you're not gonna fuck with that.
Tommy Italiano has the details. Guys, you should block Tommy Italiano. He harasses and stalks friends of ours.
Oh, yeah. No.
So, and I'm not going to speak any more of it because I'm not trying to have him on my doorstep. But he is genuinely a dangerous person in the community. And that is the end of that. So.
Also, if anybody sees him as an authority on any sort of subject, on anything, that's dumb.
Actually, about...
No, yeah.
No,
He's a stalker and harasser. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, he's the worst. Genuinely. Was it shocking when you heard about people reporting Cameron? I don't even know what that means, because that didn't happen. Like, what do you mean? Like a petition? And I don't know. Like, what Cameron did was pretty bad. Him versus Riley, I don't really want to do a pros and cons, but Riley seems more likely to get mad and start punching. That's kind of my perspective. Like, I would genuinely worry if cameras were off with Riley.
Riley is somebody who I built a connection with on day one. While I don't technically have like an official alliance with him.
Do you remember for my bingo card, I said somebody was gonna grow out a mustache?
Now that I say that out loud.
Riley would count for sure.
Oh, yeah, look at him.
You're the only person that I can confidently trust. But Riley and I have a very personal...
They're really giving Vince the mastermind edit. Which, like, of anyone in the cast, you could only give it to him. There's no other eligible options, but it definitely is smoothing out a lot of his bad play. They did have an anti-Vince segment a couple episodes ago. His crying to everyone.
He's doing it all day today again.
Riley is dangerous. I don't know if dangerous, but there's red flags. A lot of red flags. I'm not on the News Addy calendar. It's very upsetting. But I'm still going to keep using mine. It's got Big D and Jag. What else do I need? It stays being September in my apartment.
I think this month is Tevin.
It is Tevin. It's a Tevin month. Does anyone know if someone's streaming the episode somewhere for the free ski? Chat, see if you could help out W Dog.
If Mickey wins Blockbuster, I can't make a decision between the two. It cannot happen.
So they're basically setting up the Blockbuster like Mickey's cooked unless she wins it. So they're being honest about that, which is good.
Up next, Mickey's mouth puts her game in jeopardy. Then, the BB Blockbuster will
There you go, Sparva Desi.
Riley, Morgan,
And then no more of those links in chat. It's a bad precedent, but I'm glad you were able to help out that person.
and Derek are back to talk Big Brother Unlocked and reveal the identity of
You know who it is, right?
Boston Rob, no?
It's fucking Boston Rob.
It's almost insulting.
He doesn't watch the show.
He's never seen the show, clearly.
Oh, Lil Nas X has been arrested for battery on a police officer.
That's going to help his brand a lot.
Go him.
Joseph couldn't be the star of the show last year, so Vince is picking up the mantle. I like Joseph on the episodes. It wasn't a ton of him, but I thought he was pretty fun. It was just like there wasn't much to show about him because he wasn't that relevant in the game. He could have gotten relevant if he stayed, but you know. Is there cameras in the jury house? No. There's when the people show up on that day where you see the whole segment. There's cameras everywhere, but it's like camera crews. There's no hidden cameras or cameras in rooms or anything. So once the crew leaves on a Friday, like night, usually they'll leave. You're on your own, basically, with the handlers. I think you'd be good on traders. I think I'd be pretty terrible on traders. It'd be fun. But if I'm a faithful, everyone's going to think I'm a traitor. And if I'm a traitor, everyone's going to think I'm a traitor. Because I'm from Big Brother and I look like I do. James Gunn does talk to Taylor and DM'd Quinn last night. I mean, James Gunn would be a get. He's got a little bit of a history, but I don't think it's that bad. As far as I understand, it's like pretty ignorant tweets from like 10 years ago, is my understanding of it, 15 years ago. Which I'm not here to litigate which ones are okay and which ones aren't, and which ones are he's been held accountable. I don't think any of those issues would be a reason to not have him on Unlocked. What would my traders fits be? I would try. I think that's just respecting the show and what they're going for. I wouldn't show up in like a hoodie. But it's Boston Rob's shtick, so I don't even think that was too bad. I remember when X was on the Anonymous. I heard he was like a star. He was really fun. How is it filming TikToks in the BB house? I assume you mean in the jury house. They held wine behind it. It was like they bribed us, so you have to do this TikTok and they give you some wine after. So we were pretty excited. Me and Cameron doing them. I think Cameron and I have very little in common. One thing we do have in common is we like attention, performing. I don't know. So like whenever we both got into TikTok, like we were pretty good. We had a good time. That was the crazy thing with Cameron. Was like, I really didn't like the dude. By the end of the season, you guys know, I was like, personally did not like him. But we did have like a good amount of chemistry when we were like hanging out and talking. Say what you will about that.
Ooh, she's got too much confidence. They're setting her up for
another Mickey Sucks edit. Wow.
She's talking about the top 5. I miss this combo.
Is this the one where Ava's right above her? I don't think it is, but she did do that, which is funny. Yeah, no, I know Nina. Good for her. After how Australian Survivor went. Feels like a Mickey win. I'm going to bet on Morgan. I think Morgan gets it, and then she starts hysterically crying. They're selling her down the river. 0.5 DRs for Kelly this episode. I'd say under. I don't know why she would have a DR. This is probably the last segment.
The M&M segment, oh my god.
Okay, Morgan's so annoying. Morgan's pissed about the M&Ms.
It is their thing, to be fair.
Yeah, but like, it's not like either of them came up with it, you know what I mean? Is there a delay? I'm sure my TV is just delayed, but I'll close the chat when we get to the live stuff.
Mickey like blinks twice when she's annoying. Have you noticed?
Is that just how she rolls her eyes?
Maybe. She like starts blinking heavier.
What an innocuous thing to put on the episode. Like, this is how they prove
Right? We're 20
that
minutes
Mickey
in.
sucks. Her saying that about Ashley. Ashley's pretty good in the DR, though. I'll tell you that about this season. Pretty good confessionalists. Will's a star.
You know they have to crank up Lauren's mic all the way up, though. You know they do.
Well, she's so young, America. You have to consider. She had COVID during high school, so.
That's why when she does things like that. That's why the meter just changes from Morgan to Mickey. This is why.
Well, they have to like explain
How they're. Yeah. I guess there has to be something done to Ashley or Will or Ava or.
Well, it's been clear to me, over the last few days that Mickey sometimes isn't as much of a team player.
The satisfying downfall of Mickey is most likely happening. Look, at the end of the day, if Rachel has her HOH and Mickey goes, I think it's W. We take it. It's just, I wish she made some more allies. Here's what I'll say. If Riley ends up getting evicted sometime in the future, they're going to tank his edit. I think they're concerned he might make a very deep run. So they're trying to keep him the golden boy, but I think if things turn, they're going to toss him under the bus. It was for me. My edit was good. Then things looked like I wasn't going to win the season anymore. Cory's the villain. It's just how you tell a story that's good. Riley's a 10 out of 10 target, but Mickey's really 8 out of 10. Yes, the problem is she didn't need to antagonize Kat and Riley. That's the misstep. Because like there's no reason for Riley to be the replacement nom. Kelly's would be like even Kelly going home would be better than, putting up Kelly and her going would be better than the situation she has now, if that makes sense. Because Kelly's targeting Rachel and is a number for all of her ops. Well, that would have helped Ander. I'll give you that. I have no counterpoints. Morgan is shockingly not great in the diary room. You'd think she'd be like really animated and over the top. She's actually super chill in the DR, which is weird. Morgan.
No, babe, she's loud.
I feel like she always kind of goes inwards and goes, the thing is.
No, you say a lot for someone that doesn't watch the episodes. Morgan's loud. Morgan be like, are you talking to me? Like, she did the, what do you mean?
You're muted. They can't hear you. Oh, they're showing the judges? Damn. If I was a viewer, I'd be so fucking confused. Why is this a group?
See, I feel like she's very animated.
She heard you.
No, she's got personality.
Y'all hear something? So has Vince successfully played Rachel, or is Rachel just hoping Vince is with her? Because from my perspective, it kind of looked like Vince played her a little bit. Hoping. Who wins the blockbuster and saves themselves? I think Riley's the favorite. Mickey's probably the least likely. But it's a pretty crapshooty comp. Being athletic allows you to do more attempts. But that's about it.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't want Morgan to go home.
Let me know when y'all go to commercial. See how far ahead you guys are.
What's a long-ass ramp?
Because we're waiting. It's showing us the zoom in. I think if you knew the game she played, you wouldn't think that. It was I think a lot of people were skeptical of Alex O. If you remember her. I don't know.
Yes, bring up
The controller being off proves to me that you've never played a video game in your life. Not because, I understand casting and, the people who are filming the video might just not care, but, you as a gamer would know, guys, this is going to look so embarrassing. She has GTA RP, right? Yeah. Do you know what GTA RP is, America?
Grand Theft Auto RP.
You'd like it.
RP, Reno.
It's a roleplay.
Puerto Rico. Oh.
So basically, you go into Grand Theft Auto. It's a big multiplayer thing, and you're like a cop with a southern accent, and you just are role playing that person the whole day. And a lot of people stream it for like a lot of money.
Oh.
Um,
When I would play GTA with my cousins, I would just like try to find a good radio station that I liked and drove around.
following the laws.
Yeah.
That's as close as America's gotten to driving. Blockbuster just started. All right, I'm closing chat because we are not even close to that.
We're so behind.
Yeah, we're minutes behind. But I used to play GTA 4 or GTA 3. I think maybe Vice City. I don't remember. Not San Andreas, but we would just do hospital, like, because you die, then you respawn to the hospital, and then we would just, like, hold up the hospital, and I didn't realize how evil it was, because I was very young. When I say it out loud, it seems pretty obvious that it was evil, but I'll let you guys know when the blockbuster starts for me. I'm not even close. We're still looking at George and Mandy. Which, correct me if I'm wrong.
Don't get me started on George.
Yeah, so George and Mandy, I never watched Young Sheldon. Apparently people really liked it. But, like, George met Mandy, and George was lying about being of age. He was 17. And we're just going with it?
It's like, funny. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's assault.
So remember, next commercial break, I'm going to have chat open, and I want to talk about this. Because they really tried to make the show for Middle America.
Rachel targeted Mickey to avenge Jimmy's eviction. Rachel targeted Riley to teach Lauren a lesson. And Rachel targeted Morgan for implying that she was only going to make it to jury. So, who will win
I like that little.
I will say, in the jury thing,
2 minutes, babe, 2 minutes.
Morgan's
Oh
in
my
the
God.
wrong.
My mood for the rest of the night.
This is not a tilting table. It's just a roll,
No, it's
right?
Just, which
Okay.
is crazy. Why does it curve then? It means the ball can only go so far, you know?
the winner will eat?
Well, I'm sure it is just a straight line.
No, it's not.
But if you do it in a straight line, the swivel doesn't matter.
He's got the right
Exactly.
strategy, though. Yeah,
You should
look around.
you should go wait by the ball. So you don't have to go run over. Oh, I guess you have to wait by the button is his plan?
Yeah.
No, you should wait by the ball. Because odds are you're going to have to do it again. 29 is the number to beat. Okay, show us the other people are rolling it.
Yeah, come on.
That was pretty good, Morgan.
Come on, Morgan.
That looks good!
29. That ties it.
Tied. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, he hasn't locked it in. So she's got the first 29. He's got to redo it. Why would he lock it in? Oh, wait. Mickey won.
Yeah, Mickey won. Wow.
With a score of 38, congratulations,
Damn.
Mickey.
That's brutal for the season.
Oh, no.
Why the fuck did they lock in? What is wrong with them? I think Riley did it because he didn't care.
They had like a minute left, right?
Yeah. They had a minute left to beat that, and they just didn't. Also, couldn't they fucking learn how to record their competitions?
Yeah, that's stupid. Oh, I'm pissed. They need to save Morgan.
They're not going to.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to Ava.
Did Chat BCC crash? It's not up to, I mean, even with Ava, they need Vince too, right? And because Mickey's not voting to keep Morgan.
Yeah, ChatBCC's down. Are you kidding me?
It's such a way. This season is, that's a bad break for the season. Ava's keeping Morgan. Is Vince? Vince has to pick? So is this going to be a close vote?
It'll be 5-4, 4-5. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fun.
They had a minute left.
I thought Vince was going to keep Riley was the whole thing, and people thought Vince is stupid for doing that. Mickey's going to vote Morgan out 100%.
Morgan being a pre-juror is crazy.
They would need Ava and Vince.
Yeah.
Any chance Vince won't let us down? I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Vince should keep Riley for his own game. But, yeah, I think he will let us down if he wanted to keep Morgan. They need all three. I don't think they need all three, do they? They need 5, right? So that would be Will and Ashley, obviously. Ava, Vince. Do they need Mickey too? I mean, no, there's no fucking way. Wow, yeah, okay. There's no world. Yeah, they need all 3. They make every blockbuster physical except for the... No, they've actually... None of them have really been physical, to be honest. The blockbusters have been pretty good. I mean, look, we're one bad HOH outcome for the season kind of being cooked. Which, look, it was fun for a while, but, like... Mickey staying is a really bad break. Because Mickey is so annoying, and I think Mickey, you'd have to bet, makes it further than Rachel now, and that's insane. And I think Morgan was by far Rachel's best shot of surviving the wall, if the wall is next. I can't believe they buzzed in. I mean, I cannot fathom why Riley buzzed in unless he was comfortable sitting on the block.
Next to Morgan, I think so.
Next to Morgan, right?
I
get why Morgan buzzed in.
I think Morgan hadn't looked over, maybe, because she looked like she literally just went for it.
I don't think Mickey was there yet. I think Morgan tied Riley, and Mickey hadn't gotten her great score yet.
No, babe. By the time they zoomed out, Mickey was already there, standing next to her button. She had already locked in.
Mickey hit it right after. Yeah, I don't know. Then I guess heat of the moment. I guess it wasn't production telling him to. They gave him 2 minutes. Is it possible they couldn't see the other balls? You could definitely walk over and look. That's not. There's no way. I mean, we'll see in exit press, I guess. But I just don't understand why they can't do fucking camera work. Just show us the wide shot. You don't gotta get all fancy. It's actually embarrassing for a show of this, like... I'm trying so hard to get into Chat BCC to shit on the cameraman.
Yeah, Morgan didn't even look around. Fuck, that's a mistake.
I don't think I can handle another week of Mickey. I don't know. This season is a really bad break again because it just empowers Riley, empowers Mickey. Like, I think Mickey is more of a possible winner now than a lot of other people. She's really not like a likely winner. I think she still is really disliked by a lot of people. But she could play a middle now if she wants. Did you update the... Yeah, it was working a second ago. It's just the high amount of messages right now has crashed it. This season has dark energy and it's sad after how fun BB27 and 6 were. I think this is by far the best season of the 3 so far.
Yep.
And this season's had really good competition outcomes. Maybe our next HOH is Ashley. Like, we have no idea.
I was like, this is going to be a darker season. Oh my god, my mind. The mind of a mastermind.
26 is better. I think 26 is my least favorite season since maybe 23 or 2. I like 24 and 5 a lot more.
I'm going to rewatch 23.
Me too. I just know, like, strategically, it was probably one of the less interesting seasons because it was such a steamroll. But as a live feeder, 26, I could not watch. It was, like, genuinely unwatchable. This cast is much worse than 26's.
No, right? You didn't watch 23 or 24.
I was more so in 23 than 24, but I got bored and stopped watching.
Watching Kylan's Eviction live was good.
I did not see that live.
That was really fun.
Show's back. All right, I'll close chat just for fun, I guess. Yeah, I'll keep chat open. If there's spoilers, I won't tell America. So.
They're all wearing green, or a lot of them are wearing green.
Hello, house guests. Okay, you all know Mickey, Morgan, and Riley just competed in the BB Blockbuster.
Need Keanu to win that wall.
And it's time to reveal who won and who remains on the block. Nominees, head on down.
Camera probably won't show the faces we need to see. They probably won't show anything. It'll probably be a black wall they show. Knowing these camera people, like.
The winner of the BB Blockbuster is Mickey. That means she is safe from eviction tonight.
This is fucked.
And house guests, you all have just a few moments before the...
I think they told them to not stand up. That feels like what they did, right?
Yeah.
Instead of them starting the hugs like that. Vince and Ava talking.
What do you think they said they were gonna talk right after.
Rachel's.
Ava doesn't like being told what to do.
I'm closing chat. All right.
I'm not gonna stand up and try to convince you that I know who I am.
I'm not gonna say anything.
It's very tense. I'll give it that. But I don't think there's enough movement to justify thinking of votes flipping.
Okay, hold on. No, they don't need Vince and Ava. They just need.
They need
or
Vince
Ava.
and Ava and
no,
Mickey.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Ashley will count the votes.
Babe, they need 5 votes.
Yep.
They have Lauren, they have Kat, they have Kelly, and Keanu.
Okay, we are talking about. I'm talking about votes needed to keep Morgan. You're talking about votes needed to evict Morgan.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we agree. But I'm saying, like, Rachel's not talking, and like, there's not enough of those conversations. Vince and Keanu were talking. Riley was gonna put you up,
Oh no.
and Keanu's not listening. Vince. That implies Vince is with Rachel.
That implies. So yeah.
Morgan, in just moments, your
I need Riley gone. Oh my god.
All right, well, Vince isn't disappointing.
you each have a final chance.
Keanu's so hard-headed, though.
One brief statement. Riley, you're up first.
Can he say a speech without saying the word fucker?
Be here. Love each and every single one of y'all. Been blessed to get to play with y'all. Get to know each and every single one of y'all. Outside of this house, I love y'all just the same as in here. If I'm best for your game, keep me in this game, keep me alive.
It's gotta be the most forgettable speech of all time. Vince is trying to keep Morgan. Okay. Ava's not gonna do it.
My entire life.
Mickey's not. I mean, it's impossible because Mickey's the problem, which is crazy. Because obviously, it's so much better for Mickey to get rid of Riley.
Riley. Morgan,
Riley, I love you, and if it's not for you to stay, you'll stay. The same thing for me. House guest.
She's crying. Aw, man.
I've come to play this game with honesty and loyalty.
Honesty and loyalty.
It's so hard to be here, and I'm gonna continue to fight day in and day out. If you find that I am best for your game, then I ask that you please keep me. I am
Morgan
so
cannot be a
much
creature.
gave
Not on
to
my
me, so
watch.
much passion.
The thing is, like,
So I would be
it's not even that Riley stays. Morgan leaving is rough because she
That's it. Thanks, Julie.
was one of the few interesting game players left.
Is this week 6?
it's now time
Yes.
for the live
It's day
vote
44.
to
It
begin.
was yesterday, so day 45.
Rachel, as current head of household,
Nah, this is over. Ah, shit.
vote.
Well, good for Vince.
Neither are the two
Vince is doing what we want.
One at a time, the rest of you will enter the diary room and cast
This
your
is so.
vote to evict. Tonight,
This is so
it will
disappointing.
take 5 votes to be evicted. Mickey, you're up first. Please go to the diary.
This is a big one.
Well, at least they'll take away all of our hope immediately. So Mickey's walking in the hallway, by the way, is where we're at.
Off the block, will Mickey make good on saving her ally Morgan?
No.
Well, let's see.
Come on, Mickey.
Hello,
Maybe
Mickey.
she changed her mind.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, Julie. Hi.
You have some business here.
I have some business.
Please cast your vote to evict.
Oh my gosh, Julie. I sadly vote to evict Riley.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's one.
Hi, friends and
I
family.
think he's gone.
It just depends on Ava now. Is the most interesting one.
Catherine was
Ava or
devastated to
Vince.
see
They
her
just need
son
one.
No, Brendan was right. No.
Now is her chance to save him. Hello, Catherine.
Hi, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Morgan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Commercial, or do we have 2 more votes? Commercial, okay. All right. I mean, it's a live vote. I'm turning chat back on. It's a very live vote.
One vote to evict.
It all comes down to Ava and Vince.
Vote to evict Morgan. The remaining votes when we
I mean, look, if Riley ends up going home and Morgan is with Rachel,
How did Mickey flip?
I don't know. Like, we're operating with no information. I don't know how the season works. They just make fucking decisions and we just have to go with it. But if Rachel gets out of this week with Riley gone and with Vince voting with her and with Morgan
And
still
Mickey's
there
her
and
own,
Mick,
like real opposition. Like I'll take it.
like, damn, this is a really good HOH, and I don't know how the fuck it happened. I think what Vince said to Keanu was that Riley was going to put up Keanu and Kelly, right?
What I think he's like justifying his vote, like sort of explaining like this is how I'm gonna vote and this is why.
Yeah. I feel like he has enough to sway over Kelly and Keanu. Not in the moment, I don't think. Especially with Keanu. Keanu's so, dense. He has his idea of things and won't be convinced otherwise in that kind of setting. Ava gave the season a lifeline and Rachel absolutely saved it. Y'all are counting your chickens before they hatch. They need Ava and Vince, assuming we don't get anyone else. Let me know when you guys are back from commercial. I don't want to spoil myself. Sympathy vote. I don't think you could believe a sympathy vote when it's a 5-4 vote. I wouldn't buy that shit. No way. I think they meant getting Zach out. No, I understand. But we haven't gotten Riley out yet, so Rachel didn't save the season. You know what I mean? You're hitting the CBS ad. All right, I'm closing chat. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Chat's closed. I'm watching a soccer ad right now. Or an Amazon Prime ad, actually. Hopefully they save the interesting votes for the end. I hope they know which ones are the important votes. But I'm nervous. Oh, man. Good for Mickey getting my heart racing. Getting rid of Riley this week. Maybe production talk to them? I don't know. All right, we were watching CBS original FBI ad. Now we're going to a Stop and Shop ad, so we're still behind. But you'll get to see my reaction soon enough, if there's any viewers. Maybe you all left. I feel very alone, secluded, isolated. Pocker-tutidus. What was this word? What did Adrian say? That one. What does that word translate to? Is it just good? I feel really good. It's funny. If that was Tucker, there'd be t-shirts. I'd see him on the street. A bit of a Ford ad. Okay, interesting. Comcast. Oh, not Comcast. I hate Comcast. You know what's going to be annoying is if Riley gets evicted, we didn't realize that this was best case scenario, Mickey winning the blockbuster. We could have had another moment like last week celebrating, I will say, though, I really hope for Ava's sake she votes out Riley. Because that's going to turn people against her forever. If she's the swing vote to keep Riley for, seemingly no reason. And the people to blame would be Will and Ashley. Mostly Will. I mean, Ashley has no influence on Ava, but Will probably would be. Outside of Ava herself. All right, we're back. Julie's talking.
I'm scared.
Me too. Who's going to be in the DR?
Have been voting to evict either Riley or Morgan, and with one vote each, is currently a tie. Let's continue with the live voting.
Oh, boy.
Is Vince's worst nightmare.
Oh my god.
What will he do?
Looks like he's evicting Morgan. He looks sad.
Hello, Vince.
Hey, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
It's Morgan. It's got to be.
I'm so sorry, man.
Oh.
I vote to evict Riley.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, it is just Ava now. It's Ava.
Ashley has been working
No, wait, they have the
with
votes.
Morgan and is now in a new alliance.
No, they need Ava.
Isn't it Will?
It's just Will.
Ashley.
Is the only locked one left after Ashley. It's 4.
Hello, Ashley.
Hi, Julie. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you.
They're so funny.
Cast your vote to evict.
I cast my vote to evict Riley. Shout out, Mom, Dad, brother.
Oh my god, they did it.
It's just Ava. You need Ava.
Can I tell you, I would not be
Will is part of a new power alliance.
surprised
with Morgan.
if the DR did, you know what I mean? Kind of steered them.
Wouldn't it be a smart move to take out the big threat?
Hello, Will.
No, Yeah.
Isn't it important to take out a showmance?
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
I would not be surprised if they did this. Avoids the drama. They don't have to eject anybody. TMZ articles, whatever, are down.
It would be
It's
nice.
a clean way of sweeping it up.
We've also seen people campaigning for it all week, so I'm not a big conspiracy guy.
I am.
After an emotional HOH,
Come on, Ava, please don't do it.
Ava has stayed clear of the drama. But will she stir up drama with her vote tonight?
That corset looks awesome.
Hi, Ava.
Don't do it.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I really can't do Mickey. Okay,
No, you cannot. Nice try.
I vote to evict. I vote to evict. Riley.
Ah!
Shout out to all my friends in New York. Jacob, Joey.
Oh my god. She did it.
Chat's open. They did it!
With 5 votes to evict Riley,
What? Oh my god.
all the other votes.
Ava, what the fuck?
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
Is Travis still down for you?
Morgan.
No, I'm on.
Okay, now.
Love you, Mom, Dad, Cory, Carolyn, and Carrie, and Tristan.
Lauren used the veto and unintentionally landed her ally Riley.
5 gifted. Thank you, ice cream. Oh my god.
Hello, Lauren.
Hi, Miss Julie.
Oh.
Cast your vote to evict.
I sadly vote to evict Morgan.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's home. Love and miss you so much. I will make you.
Oh my god, this is so fucking good. I'm telling you, anyone who says 26 is better than this is crazy.
Riley on the block.
These past 3 evictions, I've jumped and yelled. I haven't done that in years for anything.
Keanu.
What's he doing?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing well.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Morgan.
Thank you, Chewy, for the sub. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday, brother. I love you.
But ice cream, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. I really do appreciate you.
Let's go, Vince.
Let's go Vince. Let's go Ava. Because Ava, she made the M sound. Her lips were together.
No, Vince has been on, you know, hot
Riley.
water. I think he's good
Let's give the news
for a while
to the
now.
next guest.
Ava.
House guests.
Ava's the one all day being like, it is what it is. Like, girl.
Oh, look at Riley side-eyeing her.
Few moments to say goodbye, gather his or her belongings,
How's he gonna
and
react?
walk out the front
How
door.
is he gonna react?
I don't know. He can't manspread more, though.
By a vote
He's gonna
of
flip
5
something.
to 4. Morgan, you are safe. Riley, you are evicted.
The first time she brings this back.
And they still don't have the camera operators capable of doing it. The camera operators are lost. But it's okay. Oh, it's so funny.
Kat, you will be fine. Oh my god.
That's huge for Catherine. She doesn't know it,
Lauren's
but
gonna be pissed at Vince. There's gonna be so. Keanu's gonna be pissed at Vince. There's gonna be so much shit. Oh my god.
well, good for Keanu because now Rachel gets to be
Good
condescending
on
towards
Rachel.
him.
Let's go.
Chappie's C crashed again. They gotta figure that out, but it is a funny bit that happens every time something crazy happens. Oh my god, Mickey's so sad. Get this over with? No. I don't want them. Does he have his nails painted?
Yeah.
Damn, everyone paints their nails in the house. Best HOH of the season? Yeah.
No, but
Best HOH outcome.
wait, before 3 days ago, we're like, oh, Riley's gonna be there till final 5. Like, this is crazy.
But based on everything we saw, that's what it seemed like. I need to know what made them flip back. We'll never know. Because it probably was just in the moment. Mickey probably was just lying to Riley and was closer to Morgan the whole time. And then Ava, we saw what happened there. I think Julie's going to rush him out.
We're waiting for you out here on this.
Who's cursing?
Oh my god, they already gave him a "we're waiting for you," and he's still hugging? Oh, they're muting, I think, because I think that's production saying, get out, get out, get out. All right, well, Riley's not winning AFP.
I will say, we never had this.
Who was the saddest eviction for you?
You.
Well, that's an easy answer, I guess. Oh my God, Cat's third hug. Let's go.
Yeah, they're like, Riley, you need to go, Riley.
He's walking out to a shit show. Yeah, thank you, Chewy, for the sub. I think I thanked you already, but thanks again. Happiest I've been about an eviction ever. It was weird to see Taryn's reaction. Oh, I'm gonna watch it back after.
Wait. The interviews are go crazy.
Yeah, but Riley's not the type to take responsibility. I don't think he's gonna be PR trained.
It's gonna hit like a block.
Yeah.
Like a brick.
Because he thinks he's America's favorite, right?
Yep.
He got some booze? I didn't hear any.
Okay, let's ask away.
You were told you had the votes to stay.
I was, yes, man. I did.
So what do you think happened?
I have no idea. I don't know. I know Rachel did a lot of manipulating into that.
He is in shock.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
So who do you credit the most for this? I guess
anybody.
I think Will. I think Will should get. I mean, Rachel's HOH made the noms. Give her credit.
No,
But for flipping the votes,
Will was not pushing.
Will was the guy who created the judges, really. Him and Ashley, which I think was
What is your
key.
reaction to that?
It is what it is. Can't change nothing about it now.
So
Ashley. I think Ashley, Will, Rachel are like the trifecta, and Vince for making the decision. You know.
Ashley, Will, Ava, those five.
Wow. That's a little crazy right there.
Who do you blame for your eviction?
Myself.
Why?
Had an opportunity to
Win the blockbuster.
win the blockbuster.
He's so annoying.
I locked in with 29, same as Morgan, and blame myself. There's nobody to blame but myself.
He probably threw the comp, right? Once he saw Mickey won.
From the first week.
Because why would he buzz in after?
You were drawn to Catherine. What is it about her that drew you to her?
Just
Rachel can't play an HOH, but now all of a sudden,
the way she
there's not that many people who can win that would target Rachel.
she's absolutely real.
Like, who's...
I love
This whole thing turned around overnight. Who's targeting Rachel? Catherine, for sure. Lauren, probably.
the only man in this whole entire world, you know, and that's
Keanu's not.
is she actually cares.
You fell
Kelly.
hard and fast.
Kelly, of course. Kelly. Yeah, yeah.
Told her you plan on marrying.
Mickey very well could.
Mickey would put her up.
But that would be... She just voted with all these people in a 5-4 vote.
What's this for you?
And she's close with Vince. Is Vince still targeting her? Maybe.
I'm coming into this house, but you know, I also said love knows no boundaries, and
Do we know what the comp is? I mean, Hamster Wash keeps saying the wall comp, but it certainly doesn't seem like it.
crazy woman I've ever met in my entire life, and I'll always appreciate.
This is so big for the season. This is huge for the season.
Or playing Big Brother?
I would have to say probably playing Big Brother because I've ruined bulls for 15 years, so it's
How about that Rachel Riley move? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? There's nothing to say about Rachel at this point. She's just
appreciate all
on Mount Rushmore. She's the second name there. For me, it's Dan, then Rachel.
been such an honor to be able to play this.
And Rachel, if she makes a few more crazy things this season, she could jump.
You know,
She could jump him.
I'm so appreciative.
Because the thing with Dan was he had 2 seasons. They were so close to each other.
This is her best game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God,
This is her best game. Oh,
From what I
it's
remember, like,
it's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is easily her best game. Because in 13, like, she had Brendan and all the vets, and Brendan came back.
First juror on 12, no?
First juror, but it was like a 13-person cast, and she got like 9th. And then, like, on BB13, it was all the vets. And then Brendan got evicted, so she got safety. Remember the twist, the golden key? If your partner gets evicted, you're safe till jury. So she's safe then, and then Brendan comes back because of America's vote, beating LaJuan.
Yeah, I remember that.
She sat next to Brendan, like, multiple times in the block. And then, obviously, Pandora's Box. Everyone knows how that season shook out. Taylor and Derek are going to have to talk to him. I'm glad. Taylor's going to lay down the law. Derek might invite him to his alliance, but Taylor's going to be real.
Oh my god, what a thrill.
This outs Vince, but it's fine. That's the whole thing. Like, it does out Vince, yes, but what are they going to do? Target Vince? They still have to target fucking Rachel, Ashley, and Will. Yes, I flipped on Jared, but he still has to fucking deal with Cameron. You know, like. So that's the way you play it if you're Vince. Vince already laid the groundwork to Keanu. I don't know if that's going to be very effective. It was very fast groundwork he laid. But I don't think Vince is going to be screwed. Why do you think Vince didn't let them know prior? Because I think Vince... But you can't let them know prior because of the blockbuster. What if Riley wins and they vote out Mickey? Then he's blown up his spot for no reason. I think he could have influenced Lauren and Keanu prior to the vote. I don't think he could have influenced Keanu. Lauren, she seemed pretty adamant about what she wanted to happen. I just don't understand how these like newer casts have such a flair for the dramatic. Like Ava sitting there for a minute and a half. What the fuck? I've never seen that on Big Brother until MJ last year. This season, it's everywhere. Ashley's going in for a second vote. Ava's.
Babe, it's because they're recruits and they don't know the game. Like, you know, there's a certain etiquette.
Oh, wall confirmed.
By who?
I don't know. Everyone in chat. I guess they're ahead of us.
Well, we're not even gonna get to watch, are we?
Wall confirmed. I think if they're showing us the wall, that implies it will be on feeds. Only 3 guys left and 1 is a comp beast. Don't count your chickens before the hatch.
Okay, everyone can see there's an empty seat on the stage, and that is for the BB Unlocked mystery guest who is going to be joining us on stage shortly. But before that,
God, what a waste of our time.
Tell everyone at home what they can expect on the Supersized Sunday episode.
Well, you know this, Julie, but everybody at home doesn't know this. We are bringing back the iconic wall competition.
Which, by the way, reminder, you won your season. You outlasted everyone 47.
Who won the BB16 wall?
Reminded me like 7 times backstage about that.
I gotta remind him when he loses and when I beat him.
Yeah.
But yes, so we're bringing
Don't
back
tell me.
the wall.
I would guess
We're
Cody.
crowning
Maybe
a new
Frankie.
HOH, and of course,
I don't think Suri.
I don't think it was Frankie.
Cody just won so many HOHs, I would guess him.
How do you and Taylor factor
Oh,
in
Nicole,
this?
right? Didn't Nicole win?
Yeah, we're gonna have a special
It was Cody.
Big Brother Unlocked. We're gonna be showing the exclusive footage. We're also gonna be paying a visit to Will's family back home.
Oh, Will's family. That'll be fun.
We all love Will. I love Will. And also, we're gonna have a special surprise announcement from a BB legend. It's gonna be good. You don't want to
Surprise
Yes,
announcement
it's
from a
us.
BB legend?
These are 2 legends.
What could that be?
This person's a legend, I promise you.
All right, and one of my favorite things is
Is someone
the
pregnant?
mystery guest who is about to be revealed to everyone live on our stage. But first, here are the clues that we've already released. Let's show them to everyone once again.
Yeah.
All right, so we have
Oh my god.
gemstones,
These gotta be the most obvious clues ever.
T, and Survivor. So
It's so funny because Survivor would never consider promoting Big Brother on their show. They had Hayden, they had Beast Mode Cowboy. Damn, he looks like such a Don these days. And look, I'm not a Boston Rob hater. I've never been a Boston Rob hater. I'm a Boston Rob supporter. I think he's really fun on every show he's on. He's the first player I fell in love with watching like on All Stars. But he's
He has
never
no
seen
idea
Big
what
Brother
he's
before.
walking on. He's never watched BB in his life.
He was also sick on Traders. He was really fun.
this reality show players in history. You've played Survivor 5 times. You won it once. You met your future wife, Amber.
I like the clues. I don't drink tea, Julie.
It's also a tea party.
I know. I'm giving her a hard time.
My boss, that Boston Rob chemistry. You see how he does it.
And you and Amber.
BB Survivor would kind of eat. If you put Survivor players on BB, it'd be really fun.
But here's the
Big Brother players on Survivor would be pretty funny.
Can you handle 3 months living in the Big Brother house?
I'll tell you what, Julie. I think you got a shelter over your head. We're eating. However, all summer in here with these lunatics, I don't know.
Wall comp on feeds confirmed. Amazing. Okay.
Derek, do you think that Boston Rob has what it takes?
If he comes back, maybe I'll come back. Whoa.
Oh, and then okay, well, don't you make that
Boston Rob versus Derek season.
The rumors there's an All-Star season this winter, right?
That feels very,
We cannot wait to see
you know.
everything that
No,
is
I
in
told you
store
about
for
this.
Sunday night and Boston Rob.
I always think that's just a thing that comes around every season, but we'll see.
Because no, it's because of the Winter Olympics. And every Winter Olympics, there's a Celebrity Big Brother season.
Big Brother versus Survivor. It'd be a funny gimmick for a. I mean, I'd be clocked in.
If you can't wait till Sunday, keep your eye
Suri said BB's harder than Survivor. I think it is. I think it's kind of hard to argue the opposite, but like,
competition play out.
so many people.
For now, let's
39 days is very different from 26 day Survivor. It's really different. So I think, and like 100-day Big Brother is a lot harder than 73-day Big Brother. So it's we got to be very specific. How many people have quit BB? Well, Big Brother doesn't let you quit. Why is Ava upset? Because she knows it was her fault, I guess. Like, she was the vote to send Riley home. She did it. Cheer on Ava. She did it. No, they did say the wall is on the feeds, right? They did say wall on feeds. But it's not starting yet.
Of course not.
Took a while before needing to ban someone. There you go. What an episode. The past 3 weeks, like, literally we're in OMAC and Ashley wants to change her vote. Fucking hilarious. Amazing. The week after, we need Keanu to win the blockbuster. He wins the blockbuster and they vote out. Who the fuck did they vote out? Who did they vote out last week? I'm stupid. Zach, obviously. Zach gets voted out after not using his power. And then today, worst case scenario, Mickey wins the blockbuster. And even that fucking works out great, right? That was the best case scenario. We barely even knew it. So, just a fucking incredible run of episodes. Incredible run of weeks. Every week has been dramatic, too. Do you think jury starts now? No, it's almost assuredly a 7-person jury. But, yeah, I mean, this, in my opinion, is the best Big Brother season since... I mean, look, 20 was really good. And I think I do prefer 20 because it had a lot of the drama and much better gameplay. But outside of 20, this is my favorite season we've had since probably 14. I like 17 a lot, but I think since 14. And look, I mean, to be fair, BB25 was very good up to this point, and then it was terrible for most of the rest of it. So this season could turn downhill, but with this collection of house guests, I'd be surprised if it turned really dark. With Riley gone, it gets rid of a lot of the bad scenarios. Formal prediction for the wall comp is Catherine, which she knows she needs it, which is a powerful motivator, but I knew I needed it too, and that didn't do shit.
Yeah, no, you gotta be strong.
I think my bet for the wall is Keanu. Because Keanu knows he can't throw it anymore, right? Like, that's out the window. I think Keanu is the most likely. Because there's no clear person to win the wall. I think the runner-up would be Morgan. But I think Keanu is my bet. What do you think, America?
I think Morgan can do well. But no, I do think Keanu.
If Keanu wins, he targets Ashley. I wouldn't even be that upset about that. I want Ashley to stick around, but I think, no, Keanu would target Mickey, right?
Yeah.
I think Keanu would target Mickey, so we could get that out of the way. That'd be awesome. Did you guys watch the RHAP recap when they were watching your wall comp in BB25? I have, and it was a bummer, because that was also the Izzy flip episode, so it was like one of my big episodes, probably my biggest episode, but the entire time they're just watching the wall, which was like the worst thing ever for me, so it kind of ruined the episode for me. And then he wins, and then they're all like, well, Cory's getting evicted. Was it still the right move for him to flip? Because at that point, they figured Jared was targeting me. Adrian for the wall win. He would have won. Damn, but all the fruit vendors, Mike. Do you ever think of them? He solidified his loyalty to the Judges Alliance. Look, this is a big swing for Vince. This should win him some loyalty points. But the whole thing is, like, if you're Rachel, you probably still should target Vince. He's just the best player. He's a problem. Right? So, like, I think this, like, war is going to be accelerated now because there's no way you pick off Catherine, Kelly, and Keanu before turning on each other. The thing is, Mickey also has to go at some point, so Mickey might be a nice middle ground everyone can agree on. I think she'd be the best bet for me going home next week. I think that'd be the most likely outcome. But I think Vince and Rachel would be best off targeting each other sooner rather than later. So can we bring back this young Sheldon discussion? Because I'm watching, I think, what is the theme sequence right now? They're literally, like, glorifying this relationship that started as statutory rape. Is that how the show is? That's the correct interpretation of George and Mandy, right? Is her name Mandy? Is George and Mandy not young Sheldon? But it's this continuation of their story, right? How old is he? I think he was 17, lying about being older. Now the veto use is a huge blunder by Lauren.
Yes.
Yeah. But, like, I don't want to blame Lauren too much for this, because Lauren is what she is. She's, like, a logical player who has no backbone, kind of. Riley should have stayed. Like, we saw how that episode went, you know what I mean? So it's not like... I think Lauren got pretty unlucky in the same way Rachel got unlucky by Lauren winning the blockbuster. Or winning the veto, or getting picked for the veto and winning. Like, a lot of people got lucky and unlucky this week is the point. With this many competitions, this many nominees, like...
Well, no, babe, but then they get too passive. Like, I didn't see Lauren pushing Ava, or, you know what
I
I mean?
didn't see Rachel pushing Ava.
I did.
I saw them pushing Vince a lot more.
No, today.
I didn't watch today, so...
Yeah.
Lauren would have to be the renom if she didn't win. No, it wasn't her fault for winning the veto. I think people are saying she shouldn't have used it. I still think she should have used it. And then secured the votes better, right? Her number one ally, who she took off the block, voted against her, blindsiding her. Like, that's a bad look, Lauren. Not after Rachel told her it was Riley. I mean, look, here's the thing. Here's why I'm not blaming Lauren for that much. Because she fooled me, too. I've been wrong about basically everything this week. I was certain Kelly would be the renom when feeds cut. And look, I think knowing the information we knew, Kelly was the right move. But this world is a lot better than that world. So, you know, I don't think Rachel had some like crazy foresight, but she and her allies put in the work. So they manufactured a better outcome than I could have imagined. Julie didn't mess up saying Morgan. No, the camera person messed up the entire time. It was actually pretty embarrassing for a show with this budget. Like, they couldn't record the blockbuster. They couldn't record the fake blindside. Like, it's pretty hilarious. I'm going to stream for another, like, 5-10 minutes. Let's do a player rankings right now. Because this is a true dramatic-ass shakeup. The game is dramatically different today than it was yesterday. Right now than it was 20 minutes ago, for that matter. And then we'll do a deep dive into Boston Rob's Big Brother takes. Kidding. Alright, so let's go find the tier list. Where's the tier list? Okay. So, we start. We're going to go just the order I have it. At Rachel, who is not a front runner because I still think she has jury problems. She doesn't have the best relationships in the house, but she's very clearly established to be a contender. Because she's good with all of her allies, and she has Keanu on the outside. And now Keanu has to kind of fold to Rachel a little bit. And if it's really true that Vince is off Rachel's back, she's in an excellent spot. Do you think Catherine will come after Lauren because of Riley being evicted? No. I think they're going to bond super, super tightly, them two and Kelly. Spy Girls 2.0.
Yeah, can't afford making anybody else her enemy.
Yeah. So Rachel is a contender. She has a real shot to win. The jury makeup's looking better. She still has to get rid of Mickey because you don't want Mickey anywhere near that jury. But I think there's a good chance Mickey gets evicted. We're not watching the wall comp live. No. No. Unfortunately. Could be fun, but I just... Maybe I'll get back on when it starts, but I doubt it. So just don't count on it. Vince is a contender. I don't think you could say he's the front runner because we have to see the ramifications of this move. Keeping Morgan is huge. Getting rid of Riley is huge. Now, the caveat with this whole move is like, how does this affect his relationships with Keanu, Lauren, and Kelly? Because if they're pissed at Vince the most because he's the one they should have had as their numbers, this move is pretty bad. But if Vince is able to, like, at least say, guys, I know you're pissed at me, I had to do this, but we still have to get rid of Rachel, and they agree, then he's in a great spot, and now he's playing the middle. So we just don't have enough information to determine if he's, like, actually a front runner or if he's a tier below this. So knowing that, I think contender is accurate. Riley, just for fun. Bye, Riley. Get the fuck off my screen. All right, Morgan is a contender. Look at this. I was certain she was going to be evicted 30 minutes ago. And now it's like, okay, she has Vince, theoretically one of her number ones, who flipped his entire game to save her. Plus, she has all of her new allies that she made. Plus, she didn't betray any of the other people. She didn't betray Catherine or Lauren or any of them, right? That wasn't her doing. She was working with a lot of them before. So Morgan's in a great spot, and the wall's coming up. She feels very confident about her chances. Like, Morgan's in a great-ish spot, at least relative to where she was a day ago and 30 minutes ago. But, she games a lot, so things could turn around. Mickey is in danger. Mickey's in a lot of danger. I mean, she needed to win the blockbuster. Good on her. She bought herself a week. I think she is a likely target for both sides of the house. I think at this point, Rachel's people probably are going to target Keanu, which is a good call, frankly. I think that's a good call. Rachel, it's a bad call for her, but for everyone else, it's like, yeah, let's get rid of this guy. But I think all of the other side still might gun after Mickey, and Mickey doesn't have many friends on her own side, so, like, I don't see much of a path for Mickey. Okay. Let's talk about Lauren, who I'm going to say is okay because she's not in as much of danger as Mickey, but it's not looking good for Lauren. Like, this was a game-altering night for her where she was looking like a front runner, and now I think she's in a bottom half position. I mean, she still has Catherine. Losing Riley basically means she's the closest person to Catherine and Kelly, and she's still good with Vince. Hopefully she could mend that. Maybe she could mend something with Morgan. But, like, there's a world where Lauren could survive a few more weeks, a way she'd sneak into the end game. But it's not like last week, whereas I saw the entire path for her to march to Final 3. That's not there anymore. I don't think she's a good person to take to Final 2. I think she's liked and respected a little bit more than some other people. I think Kelly is really the person people want to take. Who will win the wall? Prediction is live. Oh my god, you could put all 10 options. Wait, you did a prediction? Are you going to be here to pay out the prediction, Katie? I'm not streaming the wall. Okay, Kelly has no chance of winning the game. She's a waste of a spot. Keanu was kind of like bordering on being not a front runner, but like having a great shot. Now he's probably the most likely house guest to be. I would say Mickey's slightly more likely to be evicted. But I think Keanu is a close second. Keanu just is too good at competitions. He could bail himself out with one of 3 competitions. Mickey, she won the blockbuster, credit to her, but you wouldn't give her the same odds over Keanu. I think it's more likely that Keanu is targeted over Mickey, but I think there's a good chance Keanu will be doing the targeting as HOH, so. Okay, Catherine. I mean, I don't know. I think Catherine's in danger. She's less in danger than Keanu and Mickey, but, like, Catherine is just Lauren without a Vince connection. You know what I mean? And that's... The Vince connection might be what keeps Lauren alive, and Catherine doesn't have that. So, I think Catherine's in a lot of trouble. Not to mention, we've just seen a little bit more aptitude from Lauren than Catherine. But this is a rough... I mean, look, it's great for Kat, for her well-being, whether she knows it or not. It's just... I kind of fear for her positionally with Riley gone. The good thing is, if Riley made it to the end game, Catherine had, no shot of winning. No one would give her any respect for any of her moves. She wouldn't even be allowed to make moves because Riley would be on her ass. Yeah. Who does Keanu put up at this point? Ashley, Mickey, Morgan? Probably, right? I would think Ashley, Mickey, Morgan, maybe Ava or Will if he's feeling crazy. But I think everyone on that side except Rachel would be my guess. And then that leads us to Will. Now, Will's weird, because I think you could easily make the case that he's in the best position in the house. I don't think he's the front runner. I even struggle to put him as a contender, but I think it's unfair to say he's just okay. He's one of these two spots. I just, and this is unfair to Will, I'm really struggling to see his path with competitions. Because I think he's kind of a lock for the end game-ish, Final 7. But I just can't see him getting there, pulling himself to the end, taking who he needs to take to the Final 2. So just in the context of winning the game, I think he's okay. Security-wise, he's doing great. So that's my problem with Will. But, it's not his fault. He's doing his best. Ava, I think, is actually in the same exact position as Will, almost. Slightly worse, maybe, because she burned some people, but I think they'll still view Ava as someone they can win back. I think Ava would be safe on a Kelly, Lauren, Catherine HOH, where some of these other people wouldn't be. But I think even more than Will, I don't trust Ava's game ability, aptitude, strategic head. I don't respect Ava that much as a game player, but she's very liked. She has some stuff on her resume, I guess. But usually people don't care about resumes. People perceive Ava a certain way. The good thing is a lot of those people are leaving. The people who are talking mad shit about Ava, like Zach, hated Ava, and Zach's gone, so. That's my thing with Ava. She has a shot, but I just don't believe it yet. And then Ashley, right? I think Ashley's okay. I think Ashley is basically in the same position as Rachel and Will, all these people, but she is more likely to be targeted and evicted. They want to target Ashley specifically. Because, first of all, her social game is bad. People just don't like her. Even Ava really doesn't like Ashley. And she's physically more threatening than a lot of her allies. Which, if they get into an endgame, could be great for Ashley. She can comp out a little bit. But I could see Ashley evicted next week. The week after, So that's where I stand with Ashley. If I had to choose a frontrunner of these three, I'd probably go Vince. Just because Vince has just a few extra outside connections. But my number 2 pick would be Rachel. And the reason is, I think if Rachel, it's hard because it's Keanu, but Rachel having Keanu is fucking huge. And I don't mean being able to manipulate him to do your dirty work, nothing like that. But just Keanu as this external force winning competitions and not targeting her is massive. Massive. And if he can take out Ashley or maybe Mickey or maybe Morgan or some of these people who are Rachel's allies, but Rachel needs them gone at some point, that could be very powerful for her. So basically, Rachel's being propped up by having Keanu. Vince is being propped up by having Morgan and Lauren. And Morgan's being propped up by kind of having Vince. So, that's the situation. Does anyone know from last season when we'll expect to start? It's an hour after, right? Hour and a half, maybe. Is Vince running circles around this cast? No. But he's playing a fine game. This was a big moment for him. We'll see if it works out. I'm hearing midnight EST. I thought it was midnight EST. America and I had a bit of a tussle about that earlier, where I was basically saying it took way longer than she thought. It used to be right after the episode. Yeah, I mean, they would show the start of the wall. Seems super late. Maybe they're waiting for the West Coast airing. But I think usually at midnight EST is because they usually wait for Pacific to be over. I'm just trying to think of what they did last year. Came back midnight last year? Okay. So it is after West Coast. All right. Who will win the wall? You guys are betting on Morgan first and Vince second? What the fuck? Vince is not winning the wall, guys. I think that was someone betting all their points. There's no way Vince is winning the wall. I think Keanu is my bet. I'd put all my points on Keanu. Vince, one of my favorite players to watch in a long-ass time. I enjoy watching Vince. I think it's fun because you could see he's trying to play. Like, you could see what he's doing in every conversation, what he's trying to do. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. I don't think I can predict, but it's fun. He has infinite points, yeah, so kind of... Vince is overhated. I'm not online, so I don't really understand how much he's hated versus just kind of people don't respect him.
He's not hated, so...
Vince reminds me of Quinn in gameplay. I think they're almost opposites. Like, socially, I think they use pathos in the same way. They both get very vulnerable. But Quinn's problem was he did too much. Vince's problem is he does too little. But Vince does a lot. Just the stuff he does is very passive. So it's a weird comparison. I do see what you're saying in terms of vibes, though. There's a vibes thing with them, too, that I do see. Vanessa was despised, yeah. Absolutely despised. And Izzy was, too. Some people liked her, but, you know, there's a certain archetype that is never going to have a universal approval rating. Vince is a terrible ally. Well, not to Morgan. Seemed like a pretty good one to Morgan today. Vince is reminded of final twos he forgot about making. Well, yeah, it was funny. Vince is in the judges, and outside of the judges are 3 of his final twos. Kelly, Lauren, Keanu. But that's just the kind of player Vince is. And yeah, Quinn's the same. Didn't Lauren kind of know Vince was going to vote Riley out? I don't think so.
Wall lasted 32 minutes last year.
I mean, I'm impressed they lasted that long. With how much they twisted. I mean, I probably lasted 20-something minutes. 22 minutes, 23 minutes. And our wall was probably easier. Because it's not like Jared's much better at the wall than Tucker. Like,
Ours was 43.
yeah. The producers choose how long the wall is. It's not the competitors. I'm going to watch the wall off stream. For sure. It's too late. Like, if I'm awake and out and about when the wall starts, maybe I'll hop on. But probably not, so don't count on it. But before I get offline, let me do one final shout out to Factor Meal. You know, they've been sponsoring the stream for quite a bit. This is the wrong page. Let me pull it up. I think it's this one, right? There you go. Shout outs to Factor Meal. They're just super nice. They've been supporting me for quite a while. If you're a lazy person, Factor's perfect for that. Perfect. It's literally like microwavable meals, everything. I'm going to get these caffeine kick protein shake things because I think that's going to be a good 7:30 a.m. beverage while I'm taking the train. But you guys can find what works for you. A lot of easy, lazy food. And it's theoretically healthy. So, I mean, damn, what a life. What a deal. Don't shit yourself. That is a problem when I take pre-workout. I'll be honest. I had to get off the treadmill I don't have to get into the details. But thank you guys for hanging out. What a fun stream. I'll be honest, and you know, I've had quite a day. I was very anxious to stream today, but I was like, you know what? If I don't stream today, I'm going to be even more anxious the next time I stream, and it's going to be easier having an episode as the backdrop. And it was super fun. I even got a sponsor for the stream to pressure myself into streaming. So I do appreciate all you guys. Always. We're going to get offline. Is there anyone fun to raid? I know RHAP's live. Is there any maybe smaller Big Brother people? Is Quindustries up? I think the better strategy, Denub, is to just let it be. You don't want to bring more attention to it. No? Alright. Is Nez live? I'd be happy to raid Nez. Can you guys give me his thing? What's his user? Is it just Nez Mod God? And 3Z, I see. Alright, tell Nez to say hi. Nez, if you guys don't know, is a Super Smash Bros. Melee player and just a big figure in the community. He makes a lot of the controllers. He made my controller. So shout outs to Nez. Send him some love.